What is up, my friends? Good morning. It's an absolutely beautiful Monday morning here in Arkansas. I just wanted to log in and let you know that I love you and I care about you and I'm thinking about you, that you are fucking awesome. Whether you feel like it right now or not, it's in there. You know how that one time you were playing softball and you dove and made that catch? That's not characteristic of you. It's because you got them hidden powers, just like everybody else. Everybody's got that excellence inside them. Everybody's got badassery. We just have to have the opportunity to shine. Sometimes we don't shine for years because we don't allow ourselves to do it. Some people just shine all the time because they practice shining. You can do that too. You want to get good at something? Try it until you're good at it. That's with everything. That's with thinking positive. That's with acting positively and proactively and not fucking yourself over with your brain, with your thoughts and your actions thereof. Be strong. And if you're not strong, at least be consistent in the fact that you know that tomorrow's going to be okay. You're going to make it through this. Because you are a bad motherfucker. All right. Time to talk about Andrew McCabe and Adam Schiff. Y'all have been hearing me say for a couple of years now that this bullshit that went on with the president and the Russian collusion is just that. It's bullshit. It's a setup. It's a hoax. This weekend, Adam Schiff was talking about the meeting between Don Jr. and the Russians and everything like that. And he says, oh, that's clear and that's proof that there was collusion. Now, that's up to Mueller to prove that there was conspiracy, which is the only thing that's illegal. But this isn't what fucking Schiff was saying way back. Schiff is basically conceding now that there was nothing, but he just wants to investigate on his own, even though he was part of the investigation that's already cleared the president. Well, one of the investigations that's already... There are 3 investigations that have cleared the President of the United States. And let me say again, if Mueller had anything like the President of the United States was in there and compromised by the Russians, he would have known it almost immediately, and this president would not be president. And that's the truth. Do you think Mueller would allow the president to remain in office if he found anything? He would come out immediately. Now we have McCabe and his... McCabe has come out this weekend and with his 60 Minutes interview, and I watched it. You can watch the overtime one too. McCabe is talking about circumstantial bullshit, slimy lawyer, prosecutor ways of doing shit, which he got caught up in himself. Says, I was confused by the questioning. I didn't lie. Now he's come out and outed Comey. He's trying to say that the leaks that he did were perfectly fine and that Comey gave him permission to do that. Comey wasn't in office at the time. He also basically came out and said that all of this was a vendetta because of the way Trump treated McCabe's wife and the way he was talking about the investigation that they were carrying on. They're investigating him. He comes out and says, no, this is a bullshit investigation. They're saying, oh, you don't want to be investigated? Well, that means there's something wrong with you. And then they start all these other counterintelligence investigations and dumb shit using the FISA process, which they abused. Which also, Adam Schiff and Glenn Simpson of Fusion GPS have been seen together eating dinner and shit like that. That makes Adam Schiff a co-conspirator. Because we know that the Fusion GPS, we know that the lawyer that was in this Trump Tower meeting met with these people before and after. We know that Schiff knows this guy and he's friends with him. He's buddied up with it. Schiff is using this as a, oh, this is how we're going to get them. This is how we're going to get, this is collusion, pure and simple. But he knows that this was set up in the first place. And they're trying to say that Roger Stone had something to do with Russia. This is all stupid. This is all ridiculous. Still ridiculous as fuck. It's all falling apart. Now, AG Barr is, just as soon as we get an attorney general in that's not in their little group that seems to have integrity, and we'll see what happens. He says he's going to double check their work. And now all of a sudden, even Mueller has got some things coming out. It's that the truth is coming out, that it's all a sham, it's all bullshit, and all these people are trying to cover their asses. And it's going to be wonderful. Now, the president did proclaim a national emergency, and since it's just, this is a young video, we're going to go into that too. The national emergency. It's been a national emergency for decades. You can see presidents proclaiming that. You can see governors proclaiming that. The recent presidents in the last 3 decades have sent troops down to the border when it's needed. The caravans are starting to come up here little by little. We need to get rid of put your foot on this fucking soil and you are here. We need to get rid of that shit. That's got to go away. If you want to keep birthright citizenship, fine. You want to keep anchor babies, fine. Get rid of drop your foot on our soil and you're automatically here. Put your foot on our soil, you go to the immigration center that we just built that screens you, just like Ellis Island was. There's precedent for that. We need to build those. You've got to come in this way and claim asylum here or at they're going to have these at ports of entry. A couple of other places they need to do this. They need to be straddling the border if need be. It needs to be a Mexico-America thing where we go in together on this shit. Because it's harming Mexico right now. You see what's going on along the border. The Mexicans are fucking sick of it. So these people are going to get taken advantage of, beaten, raped. That's normal. But now the people who have them coming through their towns, they hate them. And they're going to be even worse on them. Because they're tapped out. What they were doing with paying for meals and sending them along or busing them. This town doesn't even want them in town, so they'll send buses to send them to the next town. That's the way this is going on. Because it's cheaper to bus them to the next town than to take care of them in your town. And the government's doing this. It used to be trick them to get on a bus and bus them right straight back down to their home country. Now they decided not to do that. We got to curb it. We got to stop it. It is an emergency. It's a humanitarian crisis. People getting beaten, raped, fucked up on the way up here, taken advantage of, spending the money they would spend to become a citizen. You got to have this much money in cash in hand to do it. They're spending that money to try and sneak in, only to get fucking sent back. Do it right. Ports of entry, embassies. Go to an American embassy anywhere in your country and request asylum. And then go through the process. We need a new process, though. Immigration centers. Get rid of some of these laws. We're going to have some immigration reform, and you just wait. Everything the Democrats want right now, everything that all of them are talking about except for this Green New Deal bullshit, all of it is shit that Trump has already been working on. They're talking about lowering the cost of health care. He's been working on that. They're talking about lowering the cost of prescription drugs. He's already accomplished this. I'm telling you. There's already laws passed on most of the shit they want. When we had a Republican Congress. and they're running on these programs. We need to seal up a border. Trump has let go of the 2,000-mile coast-to-coast concrete wall months ago, and you still have asshats in Congress on the other side saying that's what he wants. Still now saying that's what he wants. He hasn't talked about a concrete wall in forever. Except to say that's not what we're asking for. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. They're saying he's a racist. He's got a war on brown people. He wants to fix immigration. And I'll be God, he's forcing Congress to do their job. Because he's going to do it otherwise. It's an emergency because Congress won't act. They had experts come in and tell them. They said they would honor what the experts said. Well, the experts come in and told them what they needed, and they totally ignored it. Trump had a meeting with Schumer and Nancy, and he tried to get the experts to talk. They were talking about what we need at the border, and Nancy said, "Oh, no. We're not here to talk about that." That's not negotiating in good faith. Everything they say, Trump rejected this, he rejected that. He rejected other things they attached to that shit that made it impossible for him to take. Like full amnesty for all these people that are in here without sealing the border, without stopping this shit. You know how many times they've appropriated money for the border and spent it on other shit? So it will remain a fucking political talking point. That's the biggest thing in the world. They want millions of people, 22 million people that are here. That this was a year ago, the figure. They want these people here and confused and basically waiting in limbo. They want them here so that they can swing them over here. And you can vote our way because we're going to do this for you. And then they don't fucking do shit. Then this other people, oh, we're going to do it because these people didn't do it. And then they don't do fucking shit. And what is the president doing? Trying to get shit done. And they're calling him a racist for doing it. Fucking stupid. I challenge you again. Any proof that Trump is a racist. Give me any proof Trump is a racist. Please, throw it down here, a link. Any proof. Please. I gotta go to work, but I want you to know that I love you and I care about you and I'm thinking about you and I'm praying for you. That you're a bad motherfucker. Be strong. Be happy. Above all. Have a good one.
Lil Doggy.